All right, so here they are in all their glory, the 1989 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie NECA 6-inch GameStop exclusive Wave 2 figures. If you were lucky enough to get the Wave 1 figures, you will know that these are just as equally hard to find. You'll walk into a GameStop and maybe find a foot soldier here and there, but it is tough to find these guys. I am very fortunate enough to have some kind of people out and about trying to locate these for me so I can make these videos for you. Of course, it took a couple weeks. I mean, these are about 2 weeks released as of, we are in March now. So I think they released March 1st. So they've been out for a little while, so hopefully you've been able to track them down. We're gonna pull each one out, take a look at what you get in these boxes. As you can see, the box art is just as awesome as the Wave 1. We've got the GameStop sticker in the bottom right, the Nickelodeon stamp in the bottom left, that classic 1989 movie poster box art, plastic window on the front, and then just to spin them all around, you get some side art of the figure, and each figure has a bio on the figure. So here you're gonna see Shredder, the 2-foot soldiers, one bladed weapons, one melee weapons, and the Splinter. You know, just the epitome of cool. If you grew up in the 80s like myself, these movies were probably a big part of your childhood. Harking back and throwing back to the late 80s is pretty awesome. So let's get into each one of these and see each individual figure out of its box and what you can expect when you find them out in the wild. All right, does anything scream the 1980s more than a silver foil cape? What an awesome figure. I mean, maybe my favorite of all the ones so far, the 4 original Turtles. Wow, this figure's awesome. Lots of accessories, different hands, a knife with the sheath for it if you want, the bladed bow stick here, a couple different hand positions you can have him in. Of course, it comes stock with the closed fist. This attaches with a little metal clasp, so nothing cheap that you're gonna have to fear of breaking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, count the neck, 9, about 10 points of articulation. So you can, a lot of posability with this one. I mean, it is Shredder, so we're talking about, you know, karate combat. So, you know, you might want to go with something a little bit more than just a museum pose, but, incredible detail here. Literally, like NECA, they've got it going on. We all know that from their 1/4 scale stuff. The 1/6 scale looks just as impressive, if not better. Here again, it's kind of a see-through sheer black foil. It looks really good in person. Nothing on this figure is cheap. Very nice. Doesn't come with a stand, so you can probably use the cape to help support it a little bit. There is some elasticity here, so you can go for like a flowing look if you want, you know, to kind of have it like blowing in the wind. So awesome figure. You're gonna love it. So let's go ahead and check out the other one. We got 3 more to review, and we'll bring them all together at the end. All right, and here we are now with the 2-pack. Well, I say 2-pack, but one of each of the foot soldiers. Looks like we've got a melee weapon and a bladed foot soldier. So, I mean, I guess the good thing about it is if you can't find one at your GameStop, they do come with quite a few different weapon variations. So if you picked up one or two extras, you could, you know, they're not all going to look the same. So that's a plus. I've got one of each here with their appropriate weapons in front of them. So here on the bladed, here on the left, he comes with two scythes, one long bladed axe, and the sword here. Two sets of extra hands, and a swappable bandana tie-off thing. I guess part of his bandana. The other one comes with a very similar setup. You've got the long bow staff, the double nightsticks, and the two nunchucks, two sets of hands. All right, so let me just pull one of these bad boys out and let's take a look at them a little bit closer. I tried to set them up in a kind of dynamic posing on this one, just so you could kind of see. I mean, their posing is limited. You don't got a lot you can do. So here you've got flexion in the ankle joint, at the knee, and at the waist. Nothing here in the abdomen, but again at the shoulder and the elbow. So, I mean, you know, if you're just wanting to stand them straight up, no problem. But if you're wanting to go crazy and lots of different poses, if you had a bunch of these, it's going to be kind of difficult to do that. As you can see here, I did have him leaned up against the back. It is hard to get him to stand on any pose that is not flat-footed, even though there is flexion in the ankle. It's just because the foot's so small. So, again, same face sculpt on both. This here does come off if you want to swap it out for something that's not as long. I personally think that one looks good, but the other one does kind of wave in the wind a little bit. So if you did want to have it, you know, on a stand where he was maybe doing like a karate kick in the air, you could have that kind of, so it looks like it was moving in the back through the air. Overall, the weapons look really good. They're, you know, moderately detailed, but they do look good. They fit good and firm in the hands. These are movable here, or removable if you didn't want them. The wrist guards. But other than that, these look really good. I could imagine having like 50 of these. How awesome that would look. Kind of like that Star Wars Stormtrooper layout that you see a lot of troop builders use. So, you know, if you're in the market for some foot soldiers, these are awesome. A+, love them. Let's move on and let's check out Splinter next. All right, and last but not least, Splinter. No turtle setup is complete without their father. What an awesome figure. It looks great. It's so simple. It comes with the mutagen canister, a piece of pizza, and nunchucks. But this figure is so awesome. It has so much, it's like a diorama builder. You have to have this one. So the little rat tail on the back is it's just so darn cute. The outfit's really nice. It's got some worn look to it, so it definitely fits. His knees here do bend. Not sure what kind of pose you would want to put Splinter in other than just the old man pose. But bends at the wrist, the elbow, the neck. He can move around the head if you want. But again, the tail is fully posable, so really helps stand him up real nice. Unlike all the other figures where I was practically having to lean a bunch of them up against the background there. As you can see here, the TCR canister of radioactive material. So really, really cool. As you can see there, it's got the break in it where the ooze has came out. So that's pretty neat. Probably don't have to say much about a piece of pizza or nunchucks, but they're there. All in all, this figure is definitely worth picking up. Again, if you've got the other 4 turtles, why would you not? So there's not much to say about it other than I think it's really cool, and it's in my collection, so it needs to be in yours. So let's go ahead and let's get them all set up together and come back and just kind of take an overview of the set as a whole. So here we go. One big happy family. 2 foot soldiers, Shredder and Splinter. I can just see these, if you don't have wave 1, almost having these 4 figures set up in a diorama of Splinter taking on Shredder as well as some foot soldiers, and really showing you know, how Splinter was and still is, you know, very in tune with his karate, and he's gotten older. You know, it's not as easy as it used to be. So all in all, the wave as a whole is great if you can find it, especially at the I believe these were $24.99. If you can search around on GameStop's websites, try to find some in your neighborhood. I know they'll hold them for you. Swing in and pick them up. I know you won't regret them. From the looks of it, NECA will not be making these mass market where they'll be sent to local hobby stores. But hey, there's always hope for in the future. They did just release these Turtles in Time figures. Wave 1 just came out. So they're definitely sending 6-inch scale figures to hobby stores. Just not these as of yet, outside of the 1/4 scale. So thanks for tuning into this video. We've got so much more to cover. Some 6 scale stuff, some more NECA, Sideshow, Hot Toys, Hasbro. There's so much more to come. I'm in the process of moving out of my condo into a house, so getting videos up fast is kind of difficult right now. But I do assure you, once my studio is set up in the new house, it will be like all the time. You're going to be tired of seeing the dings popping up telling you there's a new video from me. But please, if you have not, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let people know this is not possible without you guys. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for tuning into this video. Some other videos that you might like are going to pop up here right after this goes off, so give those a check and see what you think of those. Give me a comment if you liked this video and anything you would like to see on the channel. Thanks for tuning in, and we will talk to you next time.